I'm going to take you across China the way I plan my own trips. Start with a map, then walk it landmark by landmark. Drop a pin on Beijing. The world's largest palace complex, the Forbidden City, sits right at the heart. Built in the early 1400s for the Ming emperors, it holds nearly 1,000 buildings and 8,700 rooms. The layout follows strict imperial geometry, north-south axis cardinal gate symmetry as power. Step out and you're on Tiananmen, a square large enough to swallow entire neighborhoods. And an hour out, the Great Wall. Not one wall, but a network of fortifications stretching thousands of kilometers, reinforced during the Ming with brick and beacon towers. At Mutianyu Jinshanling, you can still trace the serrated spine across the ridgelines. Hop the map to Xi'an. Before Beijing, this was capital to multiple dynasties, eastern gateway of the Silk Road. Under a farmer's field in 1974, the Terracotta Army surfaced. Thousands of life-sized clay soldiers guarding the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor to unify China in 221 BCE. Each face unique. Mass production, yes, but with individuality baked in. Head west to Dunhuang. Desert meets devotion at the Mogao Caves, a cliff honeycombed with 1,000 years of Buddhist art. Inside, pigment still clings to murals from the 4th to 14th centuries. One sealed library cave preserved a time capsule of manuscripts that rewrote parts of Asian history. Swing south to Chengdu and the Leshan giant Buddha. Carved in the 700s, it's a 71-meter sandstone guardian at the confluence of 3 rivers. Ingeniously, its builders hid drainage channels inside the curls and robes to keep the rock from eroding. Further east, Suzhou's classical gardens distill nature into art. Stones become mountains, ponds become lakes, pavilions frame borrowed scenery. These are living manuals of literati aesthetics, refined over centuries. Drop to Nanjing. The city wall here, built in the 14th century, is among the longest and best preserved anywhere. Engineered with tamped earth brick stone, curving with the land rather than fighting it. Across the high plateau, Lhasa's Potala Palace crowns a hill, once the seat of Tibetan governance and spirituality, layered like a mountain of red and white. Its design integrates palace monastery fortress, adapted to thin air and brutal winters. Back to the coast, in Shanghai, the Bun's 19th and early 20th century facades tell a story of treaty ports and global finance. Cross the river and you're in Pudong, where glass and steel spike the skyline, a modern counterpoint to ancient capitals. China isn't just monuments, it's a timeline. Neolithic cultures along the Yellow and Yangtze Bronze Age states the classical Zhou unification under Qin the Han that named the majority ethnicity, Tang cosmopolitanism, Song innovation paper, money movable type, magnetic compasses, Ming naval voyages, Qing expansion the 20th century's revolutions. It's also languages and scripts, Mandarin Cantonese, Shanghainese, Hokkien, Tibetan Uyghur, and more. One writing system linking many tongues, standardized in simplified characters on the mainland and traditional elsewhere. Food tells history too. Silk Road spices in Xinjiang's kebabs, Sichuan's peppercorn heat, Cantonese dim sum's trade port finesse, northern wheat buns,